Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, in this video, I wanted to comment on a comment that one of my subscribers left. My dude, Renard Bennett. He left a comment on my video. The video, I think, is called the Key to Not Getting Upset When Women Reject and Play You. I think that's the name of the video. But I wanted to, read this comment, and I wanted to talk about it and really, get into this because I feel like a lot of guys, feel this way when it comes to the game, all right? So in this comment, he says, I get where you're coming from, but having experienced and still living with endless disappointment in my relations with attractive women, I can say that it is not about ego for me as opposed to results. At some point, in order to feel satisfied with your pursuit of something, you need to see the desired result. Failure with women does not color my life. It's not what defines me. That said, it makes me not want to deal with women when I realize I've put so much time and effort into it, only to have things blow up in my face all the time. Dating isn't a science. There's no way to guarantee success. As such, why keep trying? Why not allow yourself to feel the full weight of those disappointments and use them to fuel some other pursuit? Why not give dating the one finger salute in the process if the process keeps fucking you over? I'd say some level of vitriol is deserved at that point. All right. So there's a lot of stuff that's said in there. I'm going to touch on a few things. But the first thing I really want to touch on is the part where he said, he said, why not allow yourself to feel the full weight of those disappointments and use them to use them as fuel for some other pursuit, right? Now, this is something that I hear a lot from a lot of different guys, meaning they'll say, you know what? Don't worry about that dating stuff or getting girls. Do something else, just, get your money in and focus on this other thing and this other thing, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with focusing on those other things, and you should, but you can also do that while you get women. It's this thing where guys think they need to choose either or a lot of times, or in this case, he's saying, well, since you are not being successful in the dating thing, you should use all that energy for something else. You see what I'm saying? But see, this is what happens is that, if you're using that energy for something else, right, you still have not solved the issue of the dating thing. In fact, if you're choosing something else based off of your failure of the dating thing, you are still basically, focusing on the failure of the dating, because it's not like you're choosing it because you actually want to. Because this is the thing. I feel like anyone should be doing exactly what they want to do in life, period, right? But see, there's a difference between saying, let's say you're saying, well, I'm going to use all of my energy to do A, B, and C instead of dealing with girls, right? Now, if you say that, what you're doing is you're doing A, B, and C in reaction to your failure of dealing with women. You're not just doing A, B, and C because you want to do A, B, and C. You're doing A, B, and C because you failed at dating. You see what I'm saying? So again, there's nothing wrong with you doing what you want to do, but you have to be very careful as to why you're doing the things you're doing, because it's almost like you're saying, well, you know what? I'm going to give up on this dating and do this. You're actually not giving up on the dating because everything you're doing in the pursuit of something else is in relation to your failure with dating. You see what I'm saying? So that you gotta be very careful of that, right? Now, another thing is that what you have to understand is that when you're doing other things or, pursuing any type of thing, you can't substitute. So what it sounds like is, I'm going to do other pursuits as a substitute for the dating, right? So for example, you're saying, well, I'm going to work on building, model airplanes and collect, stamps and bottle caps and shit. You understand? I'm going to do that in replace of the dating. But see, what's going to happen is, even though you're doing all of that, you're still going to feel the effects of you lacking in the dating department. You understand? It's almost like someone saying, you know what, I've been trying to lose weight for so long and it hasn't worked. You know what, fuck that. I'm going to stop trying to lose weight and I'm going to pursue other shit. So then you say, you know what, I'm going to go, to the movies and I'm just going to watch movies and I'm going to, read books and I'm going to, do all this other stuff. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing all that other stuff. But guess what? You're going to be watching movies while you're still out of shape. You're going to be reading books while you're still out of shape. You're going to be doing whatever you're doing while you're still out of shape. You see what I'm saying? See, the key here is to have balance in your situations. Because even if, let's say, for example, let's say a guy was, because some of y'all might be thinking, oh, well, you're just saying do this dating stuff and fuck with girls because you're a dating coach and you want us to, focus on dating. No, I would even tell a guy, let's say a guy was just dating and that's all he was doing and other areas of his life was lacking. Meaning that he was like, I tried to do all this, job stuff or tried to build my own business or whatever and it just hasn't worked. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to just start fucking bitches all day. You understand? And so it would be the same thing. It would be him fucking bitches just because he's trying to, get away from the failure of trying to start that business. But see, the thing is, it's a balance. You want to be able to do all of the things you want to do in a balanced way. In order, you want to be able to have this part of your life handled and the other part of your life handled. Not think it's this either or. Well, this isn't working, so I'm not going to bother. See, the thing is, part of the reason why, things aren't working out a lot of times is because when you're doing certain things, there are certain things that you don't know that you're doing wrong, that if you did correctly, if you switched your shit up, things will work a little better in your favor. You understand? Because a lot of times what happens is people, they think that, how do I say this? It's almost like people almost think that they're special. They're the only one, or the select few that this just will never work out for. I'm just that guy that women don't want. This is not going to happen for me. Yeah, I know that, other people are making it happen and, you say that you can do this and do that, but it's just not going to work for me. You see what I'm saying? And I like what you said in here where you said, failure with women does not color my life. It does not define me. I agree. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is that you're saying, that you said that dating isn't a science and there's no way to guarantee success. But see, that's the thing. And he said, and then you also said, as such, why keep trying? So you said dating's not a science. There's no way to guarantee success. So why keep trying? But see, you can take that logic to anything. Anything that you want to do, if you are not succeeding in it at the moment, you can just say, why keep trying? You can give up on anything. But if you really want things to happen, if you really want things to progress, then you would figure out how to make it work for you. You understand? Because the thing is this is why, and another reason that a lot of this stuff doesn't work or for certain guys or guys have trouble with certain things is it's not that they can't get, things going. It's that a lot of times guys have an idea in their head of how they want it to be. And if it's not exactly that, then it's a failure. You understand? So what I mean is a guy, he's saying, look, I'm trying to get these girls out here and it's not working. Shit ain't popping off for me. Right? But what happens is that he's only focusing on one type of chick. He's only putting in minimal effort. He's not learning certain things that can help him step up his game. So there's all these different things that, is stopping him from making shit happen. It's like the equivalent of a woman when she says, oh, I can't find a man. Right? But she wants a certain type of guy. And if that guy doesn't, like live up to all the things she has on her list of things that she wants in a guy, then she's like, well, I can't find a guy, it's too hard, it's too hard out here. It's like, no, it's not too hard out here. It's just that you have these expectations that don't match up with the effort that you put in. You see what I'm saying? So it's not to say that, you guys can get the hottest girls and all this other stuff, but what type of effort are you putting in to make that happen? Because a lot of times, if a dude actually just, let's say, for example, if a guy just goes up to 100 girls and just, talks to them and, has a conversation with them, flirt with them a little bit and say, hey, let me get your number. Like the guy who has like the weakest fucking game ever usually will at least get one out of that 100 women. At least one. At least one. So if a dude who has super weak game could get at least one, and this is just on the law of averages. This is the law of averages usually states that if you do something a certain amount of times, you will at least get something going at a certain point. You understand? So even with just the law of averages, that it will work out. So imagine you step up your game. Imagine you are actually putting shit out there. Imagine you are really doing what you need to do. Then you're going to see some more success. Because a lot of times when what I've noticed 90% of the time, because I've been coaching for the past 10 years, and 90% of the time when I actually, like when I have one-on-one coaching, Skype coaching, when I'm, doing a lot of individual joints, 90% of the time, most of these guys, the reason why they're not having the success they want is not because, the game is so hard or girls don't like them or whatever. 90% of the time is really because they're not putting in the effort. They're not putting in the effort. They're not doing it. Because I remember this, this one time, I think this dude called my live show once, and he said he was having a hard time with online dating or something. I think he was on Plenty of Fish, and I was like, dude, how many chicks have you hollered at, on the site? And he said 10. And I was like, wait, you only hollered at 10 chicks today? He was like, nah, like 10 this week. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm like, dude, this is why you're not getting any success. You're not putting in enough effort. You understand? It's like a person going to the gym saying, okay, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to do 10 push-ups. I'm going to do 10 jumping jacks. And then I'm going to, ride on the bike for like, 3 minutes and I'm good. And I don't understand why I'm not losing weight. And on top of that, they get out the gym and go to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? This is what a lot of dudes are doing in the game. You understand? Like, they're not approaching enough women. Then when they do approach enough women, they're not flirting. Then when they do approach enough women and they're flirting, they're not really building the sexual tension. Then when they do approach women, flirt, and build the sexual tension, they're not really closing the deal. It's like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's all these different things that are not occurring that's making it hard for dudes to really get it popping. You see what I'm saying? And see, what was interesting is that, as I'm reading this, and shout out to Renard, because I'm glad you actually wrote this, because this is it's very representative of a lot of other guys in the game. As I'm reading this, what I'm seeing is that a lot of dudes sort of are looking at the fact that they're not getting the results they want, or even not getting almost any results at all. They're making that the thing that makes them say fuck it all, right? Because you said at some point, in order to feel satisfied with your pursuit of something, you need to see a desired result, right? Now, see, the thing is this: if you're not seeing that desired result, right, the best course of action is to figure out why you're not seeing that result and what you can do to get that result. You understand? See, that's the difference between a person who loses and who wins. The person who wins, they figure out, okay, this shit isn't working. What can I do to get it to work? You understand? The person who loses, they think, well, there's nothing that I can do to get it to work. It's just never going to work. And see, you lose because you basically stop yourself from making it happen. While the guy who wins figures out, okay, well, this is what I got to do. Let me, tweak this. Let me do that. And then I can start seeing some results. But unfortunately, what it is in the game is that you got too many guys out here who, they're not really that confident. They're not really, looking in that direction of solution-based thinking. You understand? It's just sort of this like, I'm tired of all of this nonsense and fuck it. And now understand how hard it is. I do. But what you have to understand is that any guy who has success on a continuous basis with women, right? He also has experienced how hard it is. The difference between you and him is that he kept going. He figured out, what do I got to do to make this happen? You understand? So that's what it is. I just want you guys to not, get all discouraged, get all upset, get all pissed off about it. You understand what I'm saying? You just have to really figure out, hey, what can I do to get from point A to point B? What can I do to improve and make this shit happen? All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. Listen, if you have any questions, make sure you click the link below and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
What's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.